So, Nick, can you tell us a little bit about when you represented your country? That must have been a career highlight.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, when you're young, every little boy dreams of one day playing for your country. Yeah, I remember to this day when I got the call, and I've got to play a game for Germany. First game I played was in Italy. It was a tournament in Italy, and unfortunately we lost. But we played against Japan, and we lost 2-1. I still remember, but it was a great experience. I mean, standing there, hearing the anthem and stuff, it's great.
So you've obviously had the experience sort of working at Chelsea and playing for Hamburg and things like that. What does that give you at non-league level in England, do you think? Does it give you like a slight advantage? Or?
Well, I wouldn't say advantage, to be honest, but it's just like I know what it could be like. But at the end of the day, it's not the real world. When you're at Chelsea, you're so protected. I never experienced anything like it. It's such a family club. You feel so welcome. Everyone is so nice. I can't say one. I can't name one person who I thought is not really my type or whatever. They're all great, and you realise when you go away, it's not the real world. Every club you go to afterwards, there's only a couple of clubs in the world who are maybe at the same level as that. But you realise it's not the real world. Football is a tough business. You got a craft. Everyone's trying to be a footballer. You got so much competition, and yeah. But I think, as I said before, I'm a goalkeeper. Still got to do what I've got to do. I'll come for crosses, whatever, in any level, or if it's non-league or Premier League. And that's what keeps me going. I obviously my goal is to keep playing football as a job. That's what I did when I was from 15 onwards. So that's my goal, and that's why I'm playing and putting the effort in and seeing Karshan as a job, not as a non-league club where I turn up on a Saturday or Tuesday. I really see it with passion, and I really want to win every game, and that's why I still train every day at Chelsea, and I'm glad they let me. Yeah, but it just shows what a great club that is, and you're always welcome.
And how long were you at Hamburg for? What were your particular memories of being there?
I was there a couple of years after Chelsea, that was, which was different. Even though it was Germany, I still felt like I moved away from home, kind of. It was harder for me to leave England and Chelsea than when I came there when I was 15. So that just shows how I love this country, and I love the people here, and I really see it as home now. When I went there, it was a good time, but I still felt like not a foreigner over there. But I don't know, I didn't feel at home. Obviously, it's a great club as well, big club. Fans are great, but as I said, I didn't feel that great as I did at Chelsea. So.
Okay, so Nick, when did you first realise you had a passion for football?
Well, I mean, living in Germany or England or wherever in Europe, really, you don't really have the passion for football. Everyone plays football when they're young, and that's what I did. And I grew up in a small village, so we actually didn't have a club in that village, so I had to go to the next one and start there, and that's how it came about. Yeah.
Excellent. Was there anyone in your family that kind of said, "Okay, you're into football, let's get you into a club," that sort of thing?
Well, no one was really pushing me, to be fair. I mean, I played tennis, I played football, I played table tennis. It's quite big over there. That's how I did it till I was 12, I think, with them three sports. And then obviously I realised that I'm pretty alright at football. So I didn't have too much time to do all three. So I had to decide what to do. And it was either tennis or football, and I decided football.
Was goalkeeper always your preferred position?
No, it wasn't. I was a defender at first, then I was a striker for a bit, and then a defender again. And I actually didn't go on goal till I was, I think it was like 11, 12 or something. Yeah.
No, because everyone says you have to be a little bit mad to be a goalkeeper, don't they?
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, it was a bit. Them times I think have gone as well, where you got to be a nutcase to get in goal. Yeah, I think I'm alright, to be fair. I don't think I'm too weird.
So when you were playing in Germany, you sort of get to your teenage years, etc. How did your career start to blossom?
I moved clubs when I was 13. I went to a bigger club in the city, they only played there for a year, and then I went to the biggest club in the region, kind of. And then when I was 14, 15, I played in the highest league in Germany in that age area. So we played against Bayern Munich and people like this. So that was very good. We got relegated that year, unfortunately. But I was always going to leave the club anyway because it was going pretty well for me. And with 15, I left the club.
Who were your heroes when you were growing up?
My heroes, obviously looking at the goalkeeping point, I always thought Jens Lehmann is a crazy but very good goalkeeper.
Point in case about a madman there.
Yeah, obviously true. I mean, I don't know why I said it, they're not mad. I mean, if you look at Oliver Kahn or Lehmann, they all got a little bit of a screw loose. So yeah, it was good though, in a good way.
Excellent. So when did you move initially to England? How did that come about?
Yeah, as I said, when I was 15, I used to play under 15s, under 16s Germany as well. So people were obviously watching. And it came about, someone approached me and saying if I would be interested to move to England or go to a club over there. And I said, obviously, I mean, I prefer English football to German football anyway, and I was always interested in English football. So I got an offer for a trial at Chelsea for a week, so I went over there for a week, trialled, and with the first team as well when I was 15, so I was a bit starstruck and stuff, but it was a great experience. And after the week they said, well, I didn't even know, I mean, my English was pretty rubbish. I went back to my parents, I said, I think they want to sign me. I wasn't even sure. And then at the end of the day they did, so I signed the contract there, yeah.
Wow. So what are the differences between German football and English football in your opinion?
It's a lot quicker. The standard is higher, I think, from the Premier League to the Bundesliga. I still think so. On the other hand, German football really improved in that way, but still English football is the football everyone's looking at. The most entertaining, best players in the world play in this league. And from a fan's perspective, the fans are absolutely great over here. It's got such passion for football. I mean, I don't think you can near that anywhere else in the world, to be fair.
So when you got to Chelsea and you were age 15, etc., I mean, you said it was a bit of a starstruck moment. Who did you kind of see down there?
Well, I've seen everyone from Desai, who won the World Cup, and people like this, coming from a small village. So, I mean, I can't really say who I was impressed with the most. I remember one thing, like, came in there from the second day, and Emmanuel Petit, which was one of the big players as well, he said, "Oh, you're right," and I'm Manu and stuff like this. So it was pretty starstruck, to be honest.
And you're still there now, are you?
Well, yeah. As I said, I mean, I was a professional till last year, so I still train there to obviously keep fit to train. But obviously, before the season, I said I could train, but I want to play as well. And that's why I met up with Paul, and I said training is one thing, but in football is really, really important to keep match fit, and it's completely different from training. So I'm really happy that I got this chance here to play. And some people say with the standard and then here and there, but I think for a goalkeeper, I still got to come for the crosses any level, and I think I haven't got really issue with that. I mean, I still got to do my job, and yeah.
And just finally, what's your personal career highlight to date? If you could pick one or two moments in your career that you look back and really smile about.
There's quite a lot of things. I mean, obviously my time at Chelsea was a great time, or still is kind of. It's really obviously people who never been into the club, like they don't really see that, but it's a really family club. And I could not name one player who I thought is big time or is full of himself. They're all like great guys. I mean, it's really I can't name one guy, and I don't think you get there very often. It was when I left Chelsea, I went to Hamburg, and I thought the mentality is the same. Like first team players like Lampard and whoever's there, JT, mixing with young players is normal. But as I realised, it ain't. When I was at Hamburg, I'm not putting the club down, but it was weird. Like as a young player, you always felt intimidated a little bit, and didn't feel welcome when you train with the first team or whatever. So that's why I love England and English football in general, because it's more kind of, you know, young players mixed with the stars and stuff like this. And I mean, JT, for example, he really looks after young players. He paid for my driving license, or paid for everyone's driving license when they were young. And stuff like this, you know, people don't have to do it, but you know, if you make an effort, you really get more respect from everyone than, you know, if you don't do it.